"10 years. Well, better get to work."
Or at least I would if I could see. Of course. No lights. Door locked. If life were a video game, it would probably be Luigi's Mansion. Or Saw the video game. God, I hope it's Luigi's Mansion.
2009 was the release of Saw the video game, based on the hit horror film franchise developed by Zombie Studios. 8 years earlier saw the release of not only Nintendo's latest console at the time, the Gamecube, as well as the big launch game, Luigi's Mansion. A heck of a game to launch a brand new console with. Previous ones saw mainline Mario games such as Super Mario World and Super Mario 64, but something occurred in their brain to make a Luigi game instead. And instead of a traditional platformer, we got a puzzle horror game? Based on that trajectory, the Wii really should have launched with Princess Peach Flight Simulator. Actually, I'd be all for that. Despite the absurd premise, the game was a cult classic, now amassing a trilogy of games, and clearly made an impact on the future of the series. Humble beginnings for the Gamecube. That does feel like a natural start point for a return to form video, eh?
Return to form? Why would I do that? And Lost I remember. And now I'm here. Which almost looks like I'm home, which is great. Except... Congratulations, you have won a pre-owned house. Thank you for sending in the winning cereal box and enjoy your prize. P.S. We respect the irony of having Ghost in your name. A pre-owned house. I have never heard anyone ever refer to it like that.
And fun fact, this is the very first pre-owned game I ever bought. The concept was bizarre to me as a kid. Like it was a higher chance of getting a damaged game, which now I realize is just absurd. Ironically, my original copy of this game is now damaged, but I digress. Plus, the concept of winning a mysterious mansion from a contest he didn't enter is exactly the premise of Luigi's Mansion. Although I suppose Mario went first, so naturally Mario won and Luigi had to tag along. Classic Luigi, really. The first thing that always leapt out to me about this game is the atmosphere and dedication to the bit. It's a tad hyperbolic to truly call this a horror game. Obviously, it's a fun Mario game for kids, but it absolutely commits to the Haunted Mansion aesthetic and vibe. Just the title screen alone. Surprisingly ominous. Picture the fun that N64 kids were having with their "Woohoo! Let's go!" Oh! Versus the GameCube kids just going, "I don't want to be here." Even the sequels, as good as they are, play it a bit safer with the style. The opening cutscene doesn't play anything for laughs. Just Luigi making his way up the creepy path to the creepy mansion so demonic it even has a face. And after a smooth jump from cutscene to gameplay, we're in. No jumpy music, no bright colors, no help. Just darkness, lightning, and you alone with a torch.
Nothing like a pre-owned torch to shed some light on the situation. Yep, definitely my room. But why? And what the hell is that? Oh, that's lovely! Wait a second. Oh, wait.
Always loved that in the menu. Just that little shift. It's the little things in this game. Wait, view a Pikmin movie? That's the best little thing there is. This is gonna be amazing. Taste those pixels. That's real progress, that is. Back to the game, and this is bizarrely Resident Evil. Giant spooky mansion, hunting keys and avoiding the undead. Even the cutscenes focusing on the door handles reminds me of the door opening ones from Resident Evil. And these undead are mean. They just deck you in the face. But it's here that we're introduced to spin-off favorite, Professor Egad. I say spin-off as I don't think he's ever been in a mainline Mario game, nor a Mario Kart or sports game. But he still feels quite prominent. His influence is felt across the series, but a scrunkly little science fellow with a kooky voice is a welcome addition to the Mario cast.
Oh yeah, ma. Hey, hey, oui.
Between that, the Pikmin dialogue, Splatoon voices, and even Pauline singing, we're building quite the Nintendo Rosetta Stone. They retreat to Egad's lab and get Luigi into the real gameplay via the tutorial.
Mushy mushy?
Ah, finally! I've been waiting for someone to pick up. Do you know where you are?
Well, I did think I was at home, but something...
Feels off? That's because it is, my boy. Ghosts, and plenty of them.
Yeah, that seems on brand.
Ghosts have created an exact replica of your home to try and trap you. Wait a minute, there might be one there with you.
Hey, how's it going?
Terrifying, isn't it? Oh, luckily I have just the means to dispose of it. Check under the desk.
Well, Mr. Random Ghost. Looks like it sucks to be you.
And may I say, for as random a premise as using a vacuum cleaner to suck up ghosts is, they made it really satisfying. Given that you have to use both the main control stick and the C-stick, the former moving Luigi around and the latter changing where he's facing, leading to some delightful Luigi spinning, it is very slick. This is also down to the fact that ghosts have health counters rather than bars that tick down with each second they're in your vacuumy grasp. The controller vibration, the sound design, the way you have to fight in the direction to pull away from them as they try to escape, it just makes it all that more satisfying when you capture one. It explains why it makes for a fun arcade game as you feel all of that in your hands. The tutorial is also very efficient, letting you get a taste without wasting your time. Only time I like wasting is waiting for Totaka's song to play. We're 2 for 2! The vacuum is also a versatile tool for Luigi to have, as it can pull off tablecloth, open curtains, and pull keys and money towards you. Just this one little addition, heck, the whole concept is just so engaging. Funny that the two big Mario and Luigi games on the Gamecube involved strapping cleaning equipment to their backs and radically changing how their playstyles work. Wario's Septic Adventure is just around the corner. I can feel it.
You know what? I'm sorry that pun was too insensitive. I mean, you're dead. That's just adding salt to the wound.
That's how I died too.
He knew too much about salt.
With the tutorial done, we enter the mansion and the adventure begins. Even that sense of dread as Luigi approaches. You know you're in a different kind of game. Also, anyone else feel like the house has a giant duck beak? Just me? Okay. We can agree on the monster house eyes at least, right? Anyway, one of my favorite parts of this game is literally the very first note of the music once you begin in the mansion. That thud of strings really kicks you off into a haunting atmosphere, and is the first time you will hear, honestly, one of the catchiest themes in Nintendo history. And that atmosphere is... Oh, hi, it's Toad! Yeah, he had to make his Gamecube debut here. Before Mario, hilariously. And he acts as the save points and will turn on the lights in the room he's in. He's thoughtful like that. I do respect his attempt to try and rescue Mario. And I now realize this is the second game I've reviewed that involves Luigi trying to rescue Mario. Clearly I identify with him. Returning to the room that we first met EGAD in puts Luigi up against his first bout of ghosts in a cutscene that did used to creep me out, mostly from the sound design. It takes itself surprisingly seriously with off-putting lighting, sinister moving portraits that, mind you, never do this again, which adds to the uncanny, and a rising theremin score that feels like it's getting closer and closer as the ghosts arrive. For as goofy a visual as Luigi with a vacuum cleaner sucking up Casper-level ghost is, every now and then, it does take itself seriously, and that's personally what I think sets itself apart from its sequels. I mean, look at this when you're in a haunted room. There's no music, you can see Luigi's cold breath. You hear the ghosts in the background lying in wait, singing the game's theme. Just builds an excellent atmosphere.
Huh. I do not remember having a chandelier. Oh, well, there's a nice sense of wholesomeness.
Yes, indeed. Once you suck up the ghosts in the room, the light should turn back on.
Oh, excellent. I was hoping for something like that. Some sense of direction, because, truth be told, I'm not sure where I've been or what's been going on. The last I remember was just emerging from the darkness. And before that, an empty white space. Funny, I've gone for the complete opposite.
Very good. Now keep focused. I, Professor G Whiz, will guide you out of there.
Ah, gee whiz.
Precisely. Now see if a ghost left a key somewhere.
A ghost key? Oh, I was hoping for a skeleton key. I miss having a skeleton.
You have one inside you, surely.
It's not the same. Ah, the wonders of the spectral age. You awake to find yourself in a dark room.
Yes, there will be many. I believe in you, though. Give those ghosts a jolly good rotary.
I beg your pardon?
You may start to think that there may not be tons of variety when it comes to just fighting a series of different ghosts in different rooms in the hopes of finding a key to the next room, to fight more ghosts in different rooms in the hopes of finding another key. But that is where, to me, the best edition of the game emerges. EGAD will warn us about portrait ghosts. And I truly think that the game is enhanced by them. These aren't your usual goon ghosts that just boo ya and punch ya. These are people. Dead people, granted, but people with personalities, interests, and lives. Again, prior lives, and are the true goal of the game. The first we encounter is Nigel Thornberry, who just wants to sit and read books. Understandable, honestly. If it wasn't for the fact that he has a key to progression, I'd probably just leave him alone. Hey, since this is a spooky game, let's be a little morbid. I always like to imagine how exactly all these people died based on context clues, so I'll probably make my guesses as we go. Call it fan fiction if you will. Actually, please don't. But Neville here, being the first and most basic, probably just died of natural causes. See, they're not all morbid. But we suck him up and take his key to the next room, where we find his wife Lydia, who, based on the broken window by her, could have either jumped out or got pneumonia from the cold. Also, hi, Toad.
That ghost lady's hot.
Okay, bye, Toad.
I'm a ghost writer. That's not going to cut it, is it? Would it help if I told you my name was Edgar Allan Poe, the greatest writer in the world?
It did help, actually. And why didn't the lights turn on?
Perhaps there are more ghosts hidden.
Well, I know the layout of my house, and that is the exit. I don't know what I expected.
The ghosts must have every door locked. Keep it up, lad. These ghosts must be taken care of.
They don't seem so bad. Not really much of a threat, to be honest. But I suppose needs must. At least they're not the scary kind. Now, where's the next ghost? No.
Nothing says horror like the sound of a baby. And it's here we actually encounter a boss fight. Not so bad at first. He's kind of cute even. He just wants to play. Until Luigi hits the poor baby. Known baby hitter Luigi, that's on you. Naturally, Luigi is transported to ghostly baby crib dimension, where the baby is now giant and controls rocking horses like some kind of god. That winks. This is the kind of absurdist nonsense I love about this game. Only on the first boss, and I bet you didn't think we'd be here, huh? Hitting babies and dodging. Surprise! Horsey! I do like that each portrait ghost has their own unique way of defeating them, like mini puzzles. Well, I guess it is a puzzle game at its core. Imagine if they really did go survival horror. But hey-ho, a simple boss fight with Chauncey, who was born a ghost? Oh, heaven help me, I don't like the implications of that. Draw your own conclusions there. And already we're at the end of Area 1, with Luigi returning to Egad's lab to use the ghost portraitific...
Looks like you got a vacuum full of ghosts there. What do you say we put them through the old ghost...
Portrification... What? Portrification. Portrificationizer.
The ghost portrificationizer.
To convert the ghosts back into portraits to be displayed in Egad's gallery. It's fun to see a recap of the portrait ghosts you've encountered so far. And no, I do not know why there's an image of ghosts playing poker.
Oh, that's dark even by my standards.
I shall name the Rod Jr. And gee whiz, I would recommend Googling the word Rogering and never saying that word again.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah. Now, isn't there still a ghost to fight? A puzzle game, huh?
Thanks to Luigi's gleeful murder of a baby, we now have access to the next area, and it just dawned on me that Luigi in this reminds me of Wallace from A Grand Day Out. Same head shape and all. There is something so delightfully jank about Luigi's look in this game. The remake has him looking closer to his default design. But it was nice to see an era where they could play with it to match the vibe and tone of individual games, much like the Mario & Luigi series. I also believe this is the debut of Luigi's real voice. His voice throughout the 90s was a little all over the place.
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario!
It is surreal playing Super Smash Bros. Melee and hearing. But this is when the iconic Luigi voice we all know and love stuck. There were dashes of it in the likes of Mario Kart 64, but now it's here to stay. As is his modern personality of being a lovable coward who will still step up to be a hero. Reluctantly. I can't really blame him. If I had to deal with all of this, I would be the same. especially when you start noticing all of the creepy foreshadowing, like the sounds of something eating, the sounds of piano playing, the floating candlestick in the hallway, and even the balcony suspiciously overlooking the graveyard. It's such a great sense of mystery and building that aforementioned atmosphere with detail and suspense. Like you don't know what the hell is eating, but part of you hopes you don't find out. Much like in the ballroom where Shy Guy ghosts are here, for some reason, and you suck their masks off. Forbidden knowledge! We must not tell that which we saw! But them aside reveals the floating Willanders. Whirladers. The floating whirladers. Two ballroom dancers who share one heart. There's actually something quite beautiful about that. How they die? Dunno. Maybe they got Tonya Hardinged by a jealous dancing rival. I just love that tonal shift from the Shy Guy dancing to the floating Willanders appearing. Behind this room is a closet. Yeah, not much happening here, it seems.
Not really much room for a ghost in here. Bonjour.
Mr. Ghost, did you happen to press something that said do not press?
Oh, yes.
Why?
It felt like the right thing to do.
It was not. You've just unleashed something truly terrible.
Here?
No.
Oh, well, that's alright then.
Oh, I should warn you. I lied.
It took me way too long to realize the first time through that the button to progress is right there in the reflection. Camera angles, they get ya. To think they were subtly guiding me and I was a fool. Anyway, there's now a second button. I'm sure nothing dubious awaits if I just... Booze as far as the eye can see! Luigi will need lots of booze after this. 50 boos are unleashed and we're introduced to King Boo, making his debut and not looking like that. And now a new mechanic is introduced. From now on, hiding in every single room is a single boo. Yes, that does mean a bit of backtracking, but at least they introduce this now and not towards the end. It's okay though, they make it worth your while. They all have pun names. I approve of that. Or rather, I approve of that. I tried. Special shout out to the idiot boo who hid in the same room they're all trapped in. The only real catch with boos is that they don't get trapped in the vacuum tunnel of the Hoover. Instead, you have to aim at them and just chip away at their health. It's a pain when you get an especially fiddly one. I sure hope there isn't a cheeky way of pacifying them that I didn't know about all these years and only found out literally on the last boo when I was recording gameplay. That would suck. Anyway, there's one thing in particular that really makes boos an absolute pain in the ass to collect.
Alright, Ghost. Did I ever tell you about my favourite Shakespeare play? Much ado about nothing? Ah!
I did say they were fiddly. Little slippery buggers can just beeline into another room if you're not careful. The worst ones will run into another room that's in a different area, which means they can run into a wall that you need to go downstairs through the hallways and back upstairs to get to. And nothing to stop him from running back to where he started either. What a palaver. Boulava. No. Well, moving on now, and we enter the mirror room, as every good house needs. That's how you know they're rich. Defeating the ghosts in here actually grants you a new mechanic that does change things up in the puzzle department. The fire element. Hey, isn't that the game with too many Smash Brothers characters? But what exactly does the fire element do? Oh, Luigi's cooking now!
That took 5 hours. And what do I have to show for it? That, apparently.
Oh, put the cartridge into the back of the machine.
Okay, but not really sure what's to be gained from... Whoa! Not in my house, thank you!
You mean the spectral fabrication of your house?
It's about the principle. Phantom pain.
Greetings, I am Sibylline. If you find me any suspicious items, I can tell you more about this strange place.
Okay. If I find anything, I will let you know. Excuse me 1 second.
Which is exactly what Luigi does now. We meet Madame Clairvoyeur, the only portrait ghost who actually assists Luigi. Around the mansion, you will find certain items of Mario's possessions, such as his shoe, glove, and hat. While they don't really tell you more than you can already find out yourself, there is one final one that is a nice twist that I will save for later. As for her death, witch hunting. Okay, next up, we use the fire to flush out Old Man Shivers. And since only 2 voice actors are credited, I'm going to have to assume that is Charles Martinet doing that voice. Honestly, the portrait ghosts have some pretty amusing voices. Let's assume Shivers burned to death, hence his fear of fire and his ironic name. Now, this room haunts me, because when I first played it back in the day, I managed to find 49 out of 50 boos. I assumed King Boo counted as the 50th. He does not. And looking at the map is a room right next to this one with 0 entrance. Finally, I learned that looking around with a Game Boy Horror is a tiny mouse hole that leads to the secret room full of money. This is that one elusive Boo. Bastard. Anyway, our next portrait ghost is, funnily enough, a fan favorite. The piano playing we heard earlier clues us into the music room. Knocking around the instruments kicks off the Mario theme, except I can hear a piano. We didn't use a piano.
Hello, lad. It's me, Ring Boo Star, playing you another classic song that I know you all love and adore. Be sure to like and subscribe for more songs in the future.
How do I stop you?
Well, son, do you like video games?
Yes.
Well, check this out. Go ahead. What classic video game is that little ditty from?
Crazy Bus, that was it.
Our next ghost is Melody Piano Girl, who challenges us to name the classic Mario tracks she plays, thus confirming that she is in fact a gamer girl. Suddenly, I understand why she's so popular. Usually, the best ghosts are the ones Luigi actually does talk to prior to fighting them. It's a shame the sequels didn't quite continue this trend. The third game had a few standout ghosts, but the second game had some weird bosses. One of them is literally just a flight of stairs. Well, we can imagine how that one died. You know, it's fun to hear these iconic Mario songs played too, as around the time this game came out, it wasn't as easy to get a hold of playing the original games. I was introduced to the classics via the Mario Advance series, so it was nice to have my life choices validated. I should also probably bring up how good the soundtrack is. It sounds so un-Mario-like. with very unnatural instruments such as the theremin to really drive in the horror element. Kazumi Totaka is the composer, and it really does feel like a good middle point between his Yoshi Story soundtrack and his work on Pikmin. Granted, even when correctly guessing the song she plays, she still tries to kill us with paper. Could that be how Melody died? Sure, why not? I got nothing else. Next up, we follow the source of that horrible eating and find Mr. Lugs, who starts a new trend of portrait ghost. Optional ones. Yeah, a handful of portrait ghosts are completely optional to capture. I'm not entirely sure the thinking of it, guessing they had already mapped out the puzzle room progression but still had more ideas for ghosts. It's neat all the same. Mr. Lugs is a bit grim though, not only because he looks like a trapdoor monster, nor the fact he burps fire and makes disturbing noises, but more the fact that he has a confirmed death. Dude ate himself to death. Well, that's delightful. Of course, he hangs out next to the kitchen, where there's a water element. Already 2 up on the element front, which naturally takes care of casually burning doors. I should point out the reward for taking down optional ghosts too. Cold hard cash!
Huh. Moral hypothetical for you. Is it wrong to steal?
Last I checked, I believe so.
But hear me out. The people I want to steal from are dead.
Grave robbing, though.
I don't see a grave.
And that's a mechanic I forgot to bring up throughout the game. There is a lot of cash Luigi can take as he goes through the mansion. Money, pearls, jewels, the good stuff. You can see it all calculated at the end of each area too, and the amount you have by the end of the game determines the quality of gift ye shall receive. Shame one of the ways Luigi can take said money is salacious. That's it, Luigi. Eat the rich! Leave the dog alone though. Luigi! First the baby and now the dog? Luigi, you are a sick son of a bitch. Wait, I'm the same age as Mr. Lux?
Are you quite content?
I should be, shouldn't I?
But I don't suppose in all your sleight of hand debauchery you found any objects for Miss Lime to look at.
Not really. Just the money. Which I now realise is all yen. Oh, wait! I'll just ignore the horrible implications.
Mr. Bones, now out for the Sega Saturn.
I don't know why there's a skeleton ghost buried in the garden with an accent, nor why he doesn't have a soul to collect. All I know is I should remember to water this plant to get some goodies later. Sadly, the dog was mandatory to get into the graveyard, and no, I don't care to imagine how the dog died. In the graveyard, though, we encounter
Mr. Bones, now out for the Sega Saturn. Now out for the Sega Saturn. Mr. Bones!
Taking down these Mr. Boneses. Again, wondering why and how they exist. We reach our next boss, Bogmire, who always creeped me out. His subdued moans and ominous theme. Plus, he's just stated to be an abstract entity created from the fear of the house. That's grim and inventive. Personally, I like to imagine he's a poor guy who drowned in the bog surrounding the mansion. Okay, like is a strong word. But this boss can be a bit fiddly too. You need to suck up the shadow clones of him to shoot back, but lining it up to shoot isn't all that well telegraphed. Also, when sucking him up, lightning can disrupt your flow, and you're back to trying to shoot him with goo again. Still, eventually, you wear him down for the end of Area 2. I also start to question if EGAD is robbing these poor people of an afterlife. And Mr. Bones gets no rest for his soul. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Each portrait ghost has a different tier of image and frame color based on how many pearls you gather out of them. Ideally in one go too.
That's suspicious enough for you?
Let me see.
What's there to see? It's a dead baby.
Not quite. It seems more like a supernatural offspring of another being.
I guess that's better.
If you bring me more, I should be able to decipher what it is from. But thank you. Let me give you this in exchange.
On to Area 3 we go, and we get to go outside. Ooh. And since Nintendo has a fetish for wells and putting creepy things at the bottom of them, it'd be foolish not to just throw myself in, huh? Just as well, since this is where we finally find Mario, cheekily built up by his voice coming out from the well. Impatience and all. The reveal is built up quite well. We know King Boo is here, but Luigi can't access this area despite looking in, and boom! Mario is a portrait himself. Poor guy. So close yet so far. Now we know where he is though. It's a quest to rescue him from his painted prison.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
Interesting. You don't know who this is?
Not sure. Vaguely?
And may I ask, have you tried using your watch to open the locked doors?
No. Why would I do that? It's just a watch.
Very interesting.
Oh, a naked lady.
Oh no, that's just some weird pig ghost. Not even being mean. She has trotters and everything. Miss Petunia presumably drowned in the bath, but hey, we now have an ice element to take care of her. Ice from a room that just happens to be upside down. Not sure why, but I respect the hustle. We also get an optional ghost with Biff Atlas, which I find especially weird as within the same room you find him is a key that opens the stairwell door, so you can get quickly between area 2 and 3 without going all the way around the back. A nice sentiment, but why not just have Biff hold the key? Probably because he's another one who's just minding his own business. Also, the Game Boy horror suggests he's a nice guy too. I feel pretty bad now. Probably died of a roid-induced heart attack. He doesn't deserve to crack his head on a dumbbell. Luigi be packing a mean swing though. And it just dawned on me that Miss Petunia did not lock the bathroom. Anyone could have stumbled in. Even Toad locks the bathroom. You do you, man. And speaking of that shortcut, I'm happy that it exists, but a little surprised it's really the only one. The more floors up the mansion you go, you're at risk of a bit more backtracking sneaking in. I would have expected a servant's stairwell to get up to the top floor or something like that. At the very least, you can fast travel to the entrance hall by snapping a photo of a mirror and... It's never explained or elaborated on, but it's cool. Just as cool as the many Boo puns that just keep coming. They know their worth. This mansion also has a cinema room and billiards room right next to each other. They know how to live. The cinema room is very cool as you can see the shadows of ghosts approaching you, just to freshen up the combat. Your reward is... Mario's sweaty old glove. The billiards room holds another optional ghost, the 14th Doctor, who, again, is minding his own business. That must be the running theme behind all the optional portrait ghosts. Most of the mandatory ones are instigators, but the optional ones really just want to enjoy themselves. Sucks to be you, Slim Bankshot. I swear I was called that in school. Probably killed in a gambling-related altercation. See, these are fun.
I believe I may have found you a way out after all. Pay close attention.
Excuse me.
Oh, do I have the right?
It's the end. But the moment has been prepared for.
Ah!
Gee whiz, is an imbecile! How could I forget about all the fake doors around the house? Just to screw with you, really? Mocking you. Even this one trail of coins leading you right to one. At least you can tell the fake doors don't have doormats underneath them. Just a little free tip for you there, you're welcome. Next up is Gold Mouse! Next up is Nana, who's a creepy old hag, complete with creepy laugh, magic rocking chair, and laser eyes. Old hag died of natural causes, no doubt. Or in a frickin' fight with Superman. See ya! Now you'll never finish that scarf.
Oh, is that where that came from?
It's interesting that this is when the game gets a little bit more open and may dip into the backtracking a tad more. Area 3 opens with multiple doors already being unlocked, such as the bathroom, billiard room, and Nana's room. And you may be following a trail of keys that simply takes you to a different Mario item, as this is indeed the goal of Area 3. It's nice that it's not all just key ghost, key ghost. We do fight another pair of ghosts though, with Henry and Orville, who are interestingly fought back in the first area where the family were located. Must be part of the same family. Their ghosts must have been very patient after Luigi murdered their parents and baby sibling. They challenged Luigi to a game of hide and seek and, yep, think I found out how they died. I'm guessing no one found them. Except this guy who's just freaking the hell out. Our reward for defeating them is a shoe. Bless you. Oh god, I hope we don't find his overalls. No, there's actually only one item left to find, and it's in the observatory. Hardly worthy of Rosalina, but hey ho. But I must say, that is a nice view of the moon there.
Now, why didn't I think of that? Of course. Ah, look at that. You want the moon, Mary? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it. Ah.
Not much weirder than how you solve this puzzle. Luigi has to grab a star bit from space and shoot it at the moon. Hang on. Luigi has to grab a star bit from space and shoot it at the moon. Shoot it at the moon. The moon. Shoot it at the moon! Oh hey, a star! But that's the last piece of the puzzle. You might wonder about having no more keys to progress, but you must go back to go forwards. Return to Madame Clairvoyeur with all the items, again, 4 of which will not be anything surprising. However, the final item does reveal that Bowser is back. Actually, a great reveal. Also, the way they talk about Bowser heavily implies Mario straight up killed him. Talk of resurrection and all that. Mario 64 was a violent time. She's also the only portrait ghost to willingly let Luigi suck her up and return to the comfort of her portrait. I say willingly, yet she still resists. Clearly, it's a painful process.
I don't like doing it.
Still, a worthy sacrifice from our only spectral ally, and a great reveal with Bowser.
Oh, gee, that's a pretty good idea. I'll get you the moon, Mary.
Ah, the final item. Thank you.
What about the moon?
Oh, the moon is an egg. Another one will appear.
Oh.
Ah, I see it now. This item speaks to me. It appears that an old friend resides in the shadows. I see his name now. Roger.
Oh.
Roger. Roger. Now that does ring a bell.
That reminds me. I apologize for my Rogering comment earlier. I had no idea that is what that meant. I merely was naming the phenomenon after a great dead figure, much like you named that great skeleton fellow.
Wait, you knew Roger? Ah, that's never good. These things usually have a great battery. So what happens to you now?
Up to the final floor we go, and the safari room feels like a missed opportunity for a portrait ghost. I know there were rumors about a safari ghost, but I'm not sure there's much evidence otherwise. Great idea though. Better than having ghosts that are immune to suckage, unless you attack them with the right element, which, yes, does mean you'll have to go and find one to tackle them. I suppose the ice element being needed here does set you up for the boss ahead who, after 2 very creative designs and gimmicks, is a giant boo. I do like that the boo radar goes nuts when you get on the balcony before you see the hordes of boos. That's a nice touch, but this is probably the hardest boss in the game. It requires baiting it into impaling itself on the convenient unicorn statues that everyone has on their balconies, and then freezing all the boos and sucking them up. Shame that they are fast little buggers, and rush when you look at them. Much in line with the Mario games, I suppose. Helps too that the music is chaotic. And I did not know you could carry him when he's small enough. That makes life so much easier. Not easy enough to get this last Boo! Boy, I nearly died to that tiny boo. Whew. Still, boo losses is all taken care of, and even adds up to your total boo count. Very handy. Back to the lab to end Area 3 with diesel marinade. No.
This card, Roger, my watch, this all feels familiar but off. Wrong. But at least the lights are on.
Hey, I've got to stop talking to myself like my therapist said.
Yeah, like clockwork, going to Area 4 kicks off a blackout throughout the entire mansion. As a kid, this was peaky creepy. You just felt so isolated as there were now no more safe rooms. Any room can be full of ghosts, and it leads to actual jump scare moments. Of course, this all happens when you gain access to the attic too. Always the creepiest room of the house. Well, that or the basement. We find out from the telephone that... Actually, wait, I want to screw with Toad. We find out from EGAD that... Oh, God. We found out from EGAD that we need to find the breaker room, as well as a portrait ghost called Uncle Grimsley, who is lurking in the dark. Mirrors? Well, I know exactly what room he'd be in. What? You thought he'd be in the mirror room? What gave you that idea? Don't know why he was the ghost I was most afraid of as a boy. Just the way he's standing there, menacingly. Even the lore says he's an outcast, so cause of death, unknown. It's eerier that way. And you know what I just said about the basement? Yeah, down we go. It's almost a shame, honestly. I kind of wish all of Area 4 was the blackout. It ends a little too quickly for my liking. I remember it being more intense and daunting, but it's over in like 10 minutes. Of course it requires going the entire length of the mansion, but hey, mirror travel is the future of delivery.
A boiler that operates the lights. The wonders of the modern age. Oh my... Oh yeah, I forgot the boos hide bombs to try and kill you. Even with the lights on, they're a pain in the ass. Stay still, oh my god! In the basement, we finally run into King Boo, who blows us away because we haven't collected enough boos to fight him. Even though you need a key to get in there anyway, but I suppose it's a way of making sure you are collecting the majority of boos. First he blows me and then I will suck him. Back in the attic and...
The ride never ends, fuck boy!
No, I don't want to know why there were skeletons and chests in the attic, going back to how Henry and Orville died. Nor do I want to know why clockwork soldiers are ghosts and have souls to capture. The hell are the implications of this? The Game Boy horror suggestion doesn't help, since they just belong to a toy maker. So I can only assume that this is a 9 situation. Their creator died to give them life. I'm a wind-up toy, my heart's made of glass. If you have a bad opinion, shove it up your ass. Hey, we gain access to a Shy Guy roof party. They're known for being the most rowdy in the kingdom. And Luigi does his best Father Christmas by jumping down the chimney into the sealed room. Why do they have a sealed room? Especially since you find a key here, but no way out, except the mirror. How many people died here? Oh, God, no. Oh, this is absurd. This is crazy. Oh, I can't stand for this.
Wait a minute. If I'm upside down and the room is upside down... Yep, figured. Didn't work, did it? That boo ain't right.
Yeah, the upside down room is bizarre, and honestly, the ghost here just makes me really sad. Another optional one, so leave her alone. She died in her sleep at 7 years old and just wants to rest. Granted, the creepy upside-down room, the music, and floating clown dolls are not helping her beat the accusations. Also, she wets the bed. Definitely her, not me. She's also followed by another optional ghost, which is odd. Definitely could have broken them up with a portrait ghost in the armory. I mean, that one writes itself. At least the sequels fix that. Here we meet Jarvis, one of the nicer ghosts. He just loves vases and playing games. Also, has an accent.
Oh, you with the mustache. Yeah, you. What you think? He's got that writing style. What you think of my jar collection then?
Jarvis. Execute Jarvis. Can't even fathom how he died. Look at him. Was he shoved in a vase? Best I got. And back to the basement we need to go anyway, as Luigi finally gets to do some actual plumbing. And that is a hell of a leak. Maybe that's why King Boo coerced Mario here. They just really needed a plumber. Then kidnapped him when he tried to invoice them.
Oh, hey. I was wondering when we'd run into each other again. Me? Well, I'm on the hunt for other variants of us. See, we keep running into each other. That must mean there are more of us out there. And here, I've managed to track down some weird, moist version of us. Have you heard of him? No? Well, let me tell you all about it. Well, while I'm here, I might as well talk about the remake of Luigi's Mansion. That's right, this cult classic Underdog got a whole remake in 2018. On the 3DS? Over a year after the Switch was out. No wonder no one played this. Those poor post-Switch 3DS games like Samus Returns and WarioWare Gold. Why not just put them on the Switch anyway? Well, in the defense of this remake, they not only had assets from Luigi's Mansion 2, but also the original game was conceived with stereoscopic 3D in mind, hence why the lighting always stood out. And to its credit, it does manage to maintain some of the atmosphere of the original. But between Luigi's homogenized modern design and some flatter lighting in places, it does feel like a bit of a downgrade visually despite the enhanced textures. Something about this Luigi not even picking up his heels. Like that time I caught Vinny the Vino Velociraptor on his way to the bathroom. Will you pick up your heels? You're ruining the carpet! Again! It's kind of like Majora's Mask 3D. On paper, yes, it was smoother, sharper, and cleaner. But sometimes a bit of jank makes it impossible to recapture certain ambience. Luckily, there are a few new additions, such as an extra tier of portrait to obtain, and a boss rush, which is much appreciated. If you've never played Luigi's Mansion, I'll admit you can't go too wrong with this version. It does play nearly identically to the original. It's just something about that old Gamecube gloom. Sometimes you can't grab a vibe. Ironically, the original will probably be more accessible, as I'm sure it'll be on Nintendo Switch Online at some point, while the remake is stuck on a dead console long after its successor was already out. Heck, I bet the original's cheaper. Well, what do you know? I'll admit I have saved the best for last though. The part that almost justifies this remake's very existence, aside from Polterpup showing up, who is just the goodest of boys. Come here you. Is that the entire game is co-op. Given that the original game did have scrapped co-op, this feels like an entire fleshing out of the original concept. What a fantastic idea! So much so that it carried over into the third game. And Luigi here is weirdly adorable, I'll admit. Put him in Smash Brothers as an Echo Fighter, why not? Just look at him. This gooey, weird, moist variant of... Hey, wait a minute. See, I've been jumping universe to universe trying to find this sticky bastard. and every time I get closer, oh my god, there it is! Will you stay still, TomatoGhost? Well, I've done all I can do around here. Hey, didn't you have a sword before? Oh well. Abyssinia. Sometimes I wonder, if I was never here, would anything really change?
We gain access to the penultimate portrait ghost, Sir Weston, who, look at him. It's pretty clear how he died. That's right, syphilis. He's also a pain to fight as he's in a room that's entirely icy floored with spikes raining from the sky. I have a room just like that though, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. All hot dates need a tour of the ice room. Shame these boos keep running room to room. These are not my hot dates. I somehow got 3 stuck in one room. And the basement can be a trek through the storage room to get back to the breaker room, only for them to return to the narrow hallway, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Okay, last boo. Let's go. Will you stay still? Oh my god! I am at my wit's end with you! The final goddamn boo! Well, it would be. Well, it would boo! Alright, I'm out of patience. What happens if I... Wait, what was that? What was that? What was that? Does ice stun them? Over 20 years. And I never knew. Ice stuns them. Only the last boo, too. In hindsight, I can't be too angry. It's not like there was an entire boss fight dedicated to freezing boos or something. What is my life? Still, only one portrait ghost left to go.
Please knock.
Don't really feel like it.
Then please, leave my tortured soul.
Why did I hear running water? The shower looks off.
That would be the ghost water.
Ah, yes. Silly me. So what are you doing in here then?
I am Vincent van Gogh, the great ghost painter. But alas, no hands.
Van Gogh? I expected something closer to Van Gogh.
So our final ghost is Vincent van Gogh, a character actually mentioned early on as being the one creating all the regular enemy ghosts throughout the mansion. He also has statues of Lydia and Cliff, so it's nice to know they all get along. Well, did. He feels like an appropriate final portrait ghost. Not just because his name is surprisingly grim, really, but because taking down the guy who's caused us a lot of trouble in the background is a fitting ending. You face waves of all the different ghost types from banana to hugging, and finally put him out of his misery. And how did he die? Maybe don't look up how Vincent van Gogh died.
Please leave. My art will go lost forever, and I must stew away in my isolation. For all eternity.
I could just vacuum you up and end it.
Oh, my tortured soul.
I do have one idea.
That strange, wild man who roamed the fields of Provence was not only the world's greatest artist, but also one of the greatest men who ever lived.
Thank you for showing me this wonderful experience. I will now dedicate myself to my craft. Hands be damned. I can't thank you enough.
Last ghost done! Why are the lights still off?
And with all the portrait ghosts collected and every boo captured, we finally make our way to confront King Boo. The game takes him surprisingly seriously, with him taking creepy pleasure in Mario's entrapment and threatening to do the same with Luigi, and attempts to do so by sucking Luigi into a portrait that magically reveals Bowser, who is very much our final boss. This is a pretty easy, if fiddly, finale. Bowser will attack in many ways, but once he busts out the electric balls, Luigi can throw them back at him and oh god! That's gore. That's gore of my comfort character. His floating dead head just floats around now, oh joy. Even creepier when he puts it back on the wrong way and just staggers about. Also love that he's using his Mario Kart 64 sound clips. That's how you know this is a transitional era for Mario. At least we get the delightful visual of King Boo just flailing around. Of course the final boss would be catching a boo. End my pain. Luckily my pain ends swiftly, as that's all there really is to it. Just him up, even get a crown for good measure. Bowser is 100% dead though, right? Look at his corpse. Empty. What was the next canon game? Sunshine? Where he spent most of it absent until the very last second? Then again, Mario fought King Boo in that game, and now King Boo's out for revenge. So is Sunshine a prequel? And Pauline is a teenager in Bonanza. Get the Mario timeline chart ready!
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, King Boo.
Hey.
Oh, my ghost gone.
Yeah?
Cool. Hey, you got any Pepsi packs?
No.
Yeah, no, like, totally, can I kill you and stuff? Like, can I just do that instead?
No.
No, man, it'll be really funny, you know, it'll make a great vine.
I'm good.
Cool. What about this joint?
I mean, I would, but the door's locked.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Keys in your leg, though, man.
My leg?
Yeah, I thought that'd be funny.
Well, how do I get it? Oh, it was never Luigi's Mansion.
So at this point, Detective Tap is given a choice to go through either the Freedom Door or the Truth Door. You get two very different endings here, so choose wisely. Luckily, the only ending that matters right now is that King Boo and Bowser are no more, and Luigi finally rescues Mario, who looks a little dead, but when has that ever stopped him? The music here also feels especially cozy. You can really hear the influence this has on the Pikmin soundtrack. Back to the lab, and we just dump Bowser's head in there. Lovely. And finish the game. Naturally reversing the process sets Mario free. And seeing Luigi shed tears here is surprisingly wholesome. He really went through a lot to rescue his brother. Not counting the last time. Mario did sound in pain, though. But at last, we reach the credits with such a banger of a theme right there. And that wraps up Luigi's Mansion. You get a rank based on how much cash you stole, and even a new house. The size of which is based on how well you did. Which is hilarious because, as we see in the sequel, canonically Luigi didn't even get the best rank. Very true to his character. You can also check out the gallery to see all the portrait ghosts you've captured. And it's fun to see the different art styles explored here based on the frame color you got them in. Also, for beating the game, you unlock the Hidden Mansion, which is basically the same but harder. In the PAL version, it's even flipped, which is fun. And for some reason, during the Boo Losses fight, Luigi rides on the Poltergust just to make things harder. As if he isn't already the hardest boss. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion. What a quirky, fun little romp. It's worthy of the Luigi name. I actually quite like the idea of giving other characters a different genre to work with. If Luigi's big outing was just another platformer, it might rob him of the individuality. Like how Wario got a micro game fest of joy, Peach got a Kirby-inspired adventure, and Donkey Kong got bongos. Okay, maybe he can stick to the platformers. Always loved this game back in the day and still do now. It's very short and can have some backtracking issues, but the wonderful and varied creativity and, above all else, the atmosphere is perfect. You'd certainly get a game this odd and out the box from Nintendo now, but not sure during the Wii and Wii U era. Heck, I say that, now they're still a bit too scared of pushing Luigi this far off model. That's the kind of thing that makes this game such an odd, unique, yet charming way to kick off an odd, unique, yet charming console. An underdog game for an underdog console.
Nah, I'm just screwing you, man. It was Tyler's idea. Go on, get out of here. Vamos, tomato goose.
Why?
Well, I did have this epic party planned, and we were gonna make jungle juice in the bathtub, but you sucked everyone up. They were just minding their business as well. Like, why'd you do that? Tyler had a new car he was gonna show everyone. It's fucking sweet.
So I was right to feel bad.
100%, man. Like, you didn't even make one Ghostbusters joke either, which, like, come on, that was like sitting right there.
Huh. Yeah, that is surprising in hindsight. But that gee-whiz guy, he played me the whole time. I guess I'll never know who he was. Thanks.
Hey, can you, like, give me the suck?
Sure, but why?
Everyone else is doing it, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess we could just move the party into the bag. Seems like the new hip happen and bop in place.
What a wild romp this was.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me. It's your boy, King Boo. I just want to say a very happy birthday to Stefan, or is it Steven? I don't know. The PH always throws me off, man. Turning 21. Don't get too drunk, okay? Papa loves you. Bye.